Alright, this is a part 2 of what Nintendo needs to do on the next system. And we're gonna have to add in a couple of things here. One thing they need to add in is user replaceable batteries. Even in the new Nintendo 3DS, you gotta once the battery dies, it's just a couple screws in the back, and I've shown you the video of how to replace a battery in a 3DS. It was simple. All you had to do is unscrew a couple of things. It doesn't even come out yet, and the panel comes off. It exposes the battery. It was easy. You just have to hand pick it out. Doesn't even have to have a pry bar. You just pick it up, swap the battery. It's as easy as inserting a cartridge in the console. You just swap it out, put another one in. It's just as easy as inserting a cartridge, put one in. Nintendo needs to do that with the next Nintendo Switch. 3DS, it's like easy as entering a cartridge. Nintendo Switch, you have to take the whole thing apart, which, it voids the warranty in this one. And you have to deal with soldering, and you have to use a soldering iron, and you have to peel up this adhesive thing in order for you to remove the battery. I hope that Nintendo goes back to using replaceable batteries on the Switch 2. Look, it has to be using replaceable batteries. It not only you have to replace the whole system, it's just bad for the environment to to glue and solder down a battery that had soldered down, and so to a point where if it dies, you either have to replace the whole system, or you're going to have to take the whole thing apart, which risks damaging the system. I hope that Nintendo and other companies choose batteries and like this and the GBD Win is guilty of this too. They soldered down the batteries to a point where I can't replace it without having to use a soldering iron. So Nintendo and other companies with electronic devices, batteries have to be user replaceable. Like, it's simple as, and the CMOS batteries too. User replaceable CMOS batteries. Like, put they use those button batteries like they have in the watches here. Put a CMOS battery to a point where it has a little slot. It comes out like a tray. It's easy to do. You can just swap out the watch batteries, put it in, you're done. It's much how you like to replace a battery in the 3DS. This is what you should be doing here. That's another aspects of the Nintendo Switch here. Let me see. And yes, also internal storages too. Swap them out easily too. Like you can swap out the internal storages too, as well as the SD card slots. At least 2 SD card slots. Removable internal storage is here, so I can be able to upgrade the bigger M2 to a bigger M2 solid SSD drive here. It's even difficult to yes, it's again, the GPD Win 3 is guilty of this too. I have to take the whole thing apart to do it here. At least in the PlayStation 5, it's replaceable, and yeah, I may going to have to upgrade that because it's 850 gigabytes, and games are like 100 to 200 gigabytes. A few games are done, and so this is a couple other stuff that needs to do. Use a replaceable internal storages as well as SD cards, and you can have an upgrade here, and you can have an upgrading system here. So this is a couple more stuff to do. What Nintendo should be doing in the next generation. So sum it up: a docking system that enhances. Puts an extra CPU and GPU power into this one. So you maintain the fluidity of, taking the Switch out, playing it at a park, and you at the same time going it home, docking your system up for a full power of a system. And yes, I know Nintendo wants to go to a family situations, but they got to balance it out. They've got fans. They love They love the Mario Odyssey, and they want to continue Mario games as they grow up to an adults and dear kids. And yeah, don't overprice games. Nintendo needs to quit overpricing these games. Bring back the sales, the stronger sales, and do it. And you're going to be fine. All right, you don't need to price it outrageously high because it's going to backfire, and people are going to resort to piracy of this one. So, if you cut the price and price it reasonably, you cut back. It really cuts piracy down, and you solve all that stuff here. And you gotta start being serious about game preservations. There is a way that you can have one server that you can. There is a way you can do one server covers all the important series here, and with the same server you can upgrade that and support future generations, so you don't have to close up the eShop here. So that's what I have to say. JD out. Just give guidance to Nintendo, and if you listen to your fans, you're going to not only do fine, but you're going to you will be a strong competitor against other things here. So anyway, happy holidays, happy birthday to the United States, and for our Independence Day, and happy gaming.